Welcome everybody. I'm gonna share my screen and welcome to Friday Night Comics, y'all. It is Friday night, it's Saturday morning, it's Friday afternoon, it's all sorts of things across the globe, and we're just glad you're here and we're glad we're gonna make some comics. It's the We Believe in Comics workshop at the Sequential Artists Workshop, and we are a nonprofit school with online courses. You can find them at sawcomics.org. Um, and for instance, oops, we have coming in April, we have Build Your Own Labyrinth with Matt Madden. That's a bunch of cool formal games that are going to get you like making really interesting comics that you never would have expected. And that starts April 5th. Next week in this slot on Friday nights, we have Max Barnovitz doing hybridity in comics. And what does that mean? Stay tuned and find out. And Romena Yee is doing another 5-week course in comics layouts that starts late April, I think. I need to find the exact date. And that is for people in the Eastern Hemisphere because um, we wanted to offer some better time slots for them. So check it out, go to our website and find out. And also the graphic novel intensive, which is 6 months long, is starting in June, but now is around the time we start telling people about it. Well, oh yeah, there's an early bird special. Go check it out. I want to get started. Donations, donations, donations. It's like one of those monster truck rally where we say monster truck. Anyway, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has donated, and it really helps us keep these workshops free. It helps us pay the teachers, and it helps us all survive in general. So thank you so much. So tonight, please no inappropriate speech or imagery. Keep it PG-13. Um, Share with the hashtag Friday Night Comics. You can tag us on Comics Workshop. You can also come to members.sawcomics.org and share there. You can also, oh, that's out of a different place I thought, but let's keep an eye on the time. We try to end these in 90 minutes. Um, uh, so if we are sharing and we're in danger of going over, we encourage you to share on social media and we'll get to take a look later. But you can also join our PDFs. There's a link there. It'll be in the chat. And those are things we've been putting together for about a year. At the end of every weekend, we put together a PDF of the work from these for the people who have uploaded. Those are really fun. So enjoy. Yay, it's Kit Fraser's second time here. I'm so happy that you're here, Kit. And you've got a special, exciting workshop. Let me see if I can figure out how to stop sharing. There you are. Hi, Kit.
Oh,
Do you mind being spotlit? I'm going to
yeah,
spotlight.
for
And
sure.
also, um, if you can figure out how to raise your Zoom hand, Kit, that would be awesome too. But it never works. It doesn't even work for me anymore. It used to. Like I raised it, but it'll just go down automatically later, and it's a big bummer. But it's
I don't
okay.
even see the hand.
I know it changes. It's like under React, you have to press the heart or something like that, and I don't
Oh,
want it.
got it.
And then if it says uh, if you see a little pop-up that says it looks like you don't want to raise your hand anymore, try and hit cancel, but you'll barely see it. It's so small. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Am I good? Is the hand okay, or should I
No,
get
it
rid?
just went down.
Okay.
We just can't beat it. It's this AI thing that we just cannot beat, and there's no way around it near as I can tell. Let's
Okay.
just start.
All right. I'm good. I can raise it again if needed.
Later at the end, that would be great.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Tom. Thank
Thanks,
you,
Kit.
everybody, for joining me for a Friday night comic fun time. I'm really excited to be back here with all of you and with Saw. Um, uh, we're making accordion comics today. Before we get started, I'm going to do a brief introduction by sharing my screen. Um, Here we go. I hope it works. Again, technology, not always our
Yeah.
friend. Does it work?
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right, entering full screen. Here we are unfolding comics. And yeah, my name is Kit. And sorry, let me shrink my picture a little bit. My name is Kit and I use she, her pronouns. I live in the Hudson Valley in New York. Hello, New Yorkers, and everyone else who's joining. I really appreciate you all being here with me. Um, I'm a cartoonist, an illustrator, and I also facilitate storytelling and art workshops, much like this one. Um, so here's some of my work. Yeah, here are some of my mini comics. A lot of my work pulls on from my life, brings it into a sort of a fantasy space. I also love making surrealist comics, fictional comics, and humor comics. You can read some of my work, some of these comics on my website, kitfraser.com, for free. There's also, I think, a few copies on the shop. If you'd like a physical copy, you can buy it at my website. Yeah, like I said, I also make humor comics. Some are in the New Yorker, both in the magazine and on their Daily Shouts website. It's always a pleasure to have work there. And I'd love to connect. So you can see my work at my website, also on my Instagram. Feel free to DM me what you make tonight or tag me at Pitcadoodle, tag Saw. I love seeing what people do in these workshops. It's so cool, the variety of stories that come out. And for anybody who's in the Northeast, I do have a couple small comic shows coming up. You could connect with me in person if you'd like. One is in the Hudson Valley on April 12th, and the other is in the Pioneer Valley in Western Mass. Yeah, stop by. I love seeing friendly faces at those shows. And I'll be selling my new mini comic, If I Were a Sandwich. And that will be on my shop also at some point, probably late May.
Cool.
Yeah, okay, unfolding comics. So our goal today is to make a 4-panel comic using an accordion folded book format. I'm going to walk you through the process for this project, little comic project. You're going to need 2 pieces of paper, loose paper that are the same size. So truly any size. It could be a letter page, it could be, I don't know, any size is fine. But it needs to be 2 and they need to be same. So I just want to put that out there in case you don't have loose paper readily available. You have some time to grab that before we begin. But before we go through that process of folding together, and I'm keeping it very basic, I wanted to go through, get us all on the same page about what exactly is an accordion folded book, and also why would we use this form of book to tell our stories, right? So this is an example. This is a book that I made a few years ago. It's a really basic accordion fold. And actually, I think I'm going to stop my share to show you some actual physical books that I just pulled from my shelves.
Great. Oh, I
Yeah.
said great.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. Because this form of book is really, there's a really like tactile quality to it that is great to see because it's see the motion, the book unfolds, right? It's part of the exciting part of this form. So at its most basic description, an accordion folded book is a single long piece of paper or multiple pieces of paper that have been joined so they look like one long piece of paper and they're folded back and forth into a zigzag pattern. So here's one example.
Mm.
See?
Oh,
It's beautiful, right? So with accordion folded books, when they're collapsed and closed, they really look like a normal book, like usually just a rectangle or a square. The magic is when you open them and it unfolds. And it's very, very exciting. So yeah, I'm going to show you a few examples and I'm going to talk about what I see as the advantages of using this form to make your comics. if you have other ideas outside of the few points I'm saying, like feel free to throw it in the chat. Um, I bet people have great ideas too about how this could be used. Um, but for me, the sort of two or three advantages of using this form is that one, it really stands out from a traditional, a perfect bound book or a saddle stitch book. It's like magic when you open these. It's exciting,
Yeah,
and
that one's exciting.
a reader, it's super exciting. Um, and not a lot of hardly any, I would say, mainstream publishers are creating this kind of book. It's very labor intensive. You have to fold the pages and glue them together. It's not the most profitable style of bookmaking. So a lot of the examples that I have here, I just got at book festivals, like comic book festivals or art book festivals. I think that it's a very ancient form of book. Um, like I think it's from the eighth century China is the where it originated from. But in contemporary times, it's really seen as like an art
Mm.
object. And that makes it very special. And I think that is an advantage to using this form is that readers feel like, ooh, this is something. This is really special. It's an experience. It's not just a story. Um, and that tactile quality of unfolding um, it's immersive. It's like it really immerses the reader. The fact that they can manipulate the pages, they're not just turning. Nothing against. I make lots of traditionally bound comic books, but like it's not just turning the page. It's expanding. It's contracting. You can really play with it. And here's that example of the zigzag pattern of the accordion fold, up and down, up and down.
And some people are asking about how you get it printed. Do they have to print it in parts?
Um, that's how I print them, and that's how we're making them tonight is we're using two separate pieces of paper. We're folding them so they fit together. We're not going to focus on adhering them together tonight, but you're going to see how they fit together, the pieces of paper fit together. So yeah, that's in self-published realm, that is how I make them is I make them in sheets of paper, usually longer than letter size, but and then folding them.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, I think the final point I'll make, the final advantage to this um, choosing this form of comic storytelling is that as the reader opens the book and unfolds the story, they really get to see the full story all at once. It's really special. Um, with a classic perfect bound book, you're reading a comic and the story is a bit fractured by the page turn, um, which again is totally that's cool and fine too. But this is an opportunity that you can see the beginning, middle, and end. That's a storytelling opportunity that you get the whole like vista of the story. And it's something I'd like everyone to just think about when they're thinking about
Mm.
what story they're going to tell tonight and how they want to tell it. And the visual connection between the beginning and the end of their stories. Um, yeah. Okay. So we're
Couple more questions. Is it
yeah.
is it better on thicker paper? And I guess that could be two questions. Like tonight, is it better on thicker paper, but also in printing, is it better on thicker paper?
I think it's a balance. I think the having a slightly heavier weight paper is nice because um, it's less flimsy, if that makes sense. But if you go too thick for tonight's purposes, it's harder for you to fold. It's harder to get like a nicer crease unless you have maybe a tool to do that, like a bone folder. So, I think if you have just like a standard weight drawing paper, that's totally fine, I think. Yeah. I
And
mean, it's fine, yeah.
oh, there was another question. Do people use the back sometimes?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. I think. one of these uses for that. Yeah. This first one that I showed.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
I think this might be a, yeah, I think this is just one long sheet of paper that, like, I don't see any braces or ways that they glued it together. So this might be one whole sheet of paper. But you can often see like, see this one. I don't know if the lighting is good enough. You see the line on the
I
back,
see. Yeah.
kind of.
Mhm.
So you can see that's where the artist attached two sections to make. But on the front side, it really does appear to be one long sheet,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? It's pretty cool.
That
Okay.
one's beautiful. It's getting a lot of love in the chat. What's that one?
Okay, this is Where Does My Soul Live? Eva Redamonti. And I believe I bought it from should I just type in the chat the name so that
Sure.
people, because you might be able to buy it from Eva. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, these comics are wonderful to hold and wonderful to have, like
Hmm.
they're definitely special. All right, so one more thing before we get into our book making. We're keeping it basic, but I just wanted to shed a little light on sort of more complicated variations of accordion books because maybe this is something you're interested in and you would like to experiment. So let me share my screen. This always takes longer than I'd like it to. Okay, so this is our basic. And here are,
Wow.
you see it? Yeah. Okay.
Kind of.
Okay. And is anything blocking the screen? I
No,
can't.
it looks fine. It's like it's kind of like whoa.
Yeah, I wish I should have done a slide for each. But so there are variations of accordion folded books that I would choose for specific stories. And for example, this one on the left, it's a flag accordion folded book. Again, all of these fold down into just a kind of normal looking rectangle. The magic is when you open. So for the flag accordion fold, it opens into this sort of fractured space, I'd say, and like it pulls apart and the pages kind of pull apart. And I have actually never made one of these, but I just feel like if I was making a dramatic story with a lot of conflict, how cool would it be to incorporate
Mm.
this form as part of that story? Um, the next is the carousel accordion fold. That's when you open the front cover and it wraps around and meets the back cover. And it forms like a 360-degree reading experience. I think it's a beautiful choice for a story about a cycle. Like this person used it for to represent the seasons, right? I think that's like a beautiful choice. And the
Mm.
last choice, the last variation is a tunnel accordion fold. And this kind of stretches away and creates a portal through the book. Um, this this book is called Tunnel Vision, and it's about the Holland Tunnel. The white areas of this book have historical information about the Holland Tunnel. Meanwhile, through the center, the artist created um, sort of the imagination of a child thinking about going through a tunnel underwater, which I
Mm.
really love that joining of fact and fantasy and creativity and childlike wonder. I love it. Anyways, as you can tell, I think these artists are choosing book forms that really deepen the reader's experience. And that's my hope tonight for us to maybe use our accordion folded books to deepen our stories and our readers' connection to the stories. Um, we are going to brainstorm very quickly before we make
Oh.
our accordion books. So grab a spare piece of paper. Um, and we're gonna spend just a minute. I don't get my timer. We're going to spend a minute brainstorming. So for me, accordion comics, they unfold. You see the beginning, middle, and end. I think they could be really supportive to stories about journeys, stories about transformation, and also stories about maybe cycles. So I want you to, if you have an idea already for your comic, wonderful. This is for people who want to dig in and find their idea. We're going to spend a minute. Don't stop your pen from moving. Just write anything and everything that comes to mind. Your commute to work is a journey.
Mhm.
Um, your transformation. See, everyone has a transformation in their life, right? So pick from your life and jot down those ideas. I'm going to keep time. So go ahead.
And you said how, what, like 1 minute or something?
I think just a minute.
Okay.
Really, just we're looking for a couple ideas, a few
Yeah.
ideas to choose from.
Okay. 1 minute.
Okay. All right. I know that's not a lot of time, but you really only need one idea for this. So look at what you've written, consider your options, and just circle or star the one that just speaks to you, feels most compelling, feels like it would fit the accordion format. Just take a second to do that. Okay. I'm going to exit our slideshow here because we are going to fold our comic. Okay, so please grab your two pieces of loose paper that are hopefully the same size or pretty close to it. Um, like I said, I'm keeping it very basic. So
Okay.
here are my two pieces of paper. It's a letter page I cut in half.
Oh, smart.
All right, yeah. You're gonna take one piece of paper and you're just gonna fold a tab. Roughly, maybe an inch. It really doesn't have to be precise.
Oh, okay. So wait, okay. You've already got yours pre-folded. Should I worry about that or not?
No,
Okay. So we're just going to fold a little inch, okay, down on
yeah,
on one of the ends. Okay.
or a half inch or
Something like that. Okay.
something in that area. You're going to take your second piece of paper and do the exact same thing. Again, it doesn't have to be totally precise, but you can see here I got it, kind of close.
Oh,
Again, it's just a little tab.
okay.
Okay. So next, here's our piece of paper. You're going to fold it in half. The tab is on the outside.
Okay. Okay. So then we'll fold it in half with the tab on the outside.
Side. So when you open it, you've got this
Got a,
Verizon wireless shape.
yeah, you've got a swan.
Or a swan is way nicer. Yeah. Um, it's like a valley. This is how I think of it. It's a valley and then the beginning of a peak.
Okay.
All right. And then you're going to do the exact same thing with the twin.
I actually
Hmm?
have an annoying question.
Yes.
Does it matter? It probably doesn't matter. Should these two halves here be identical, or should one be shorter because it has that tab on it? In other words, do I make the fold after, containing the shortened length? Do I make the fold in half?
Yeah. When you fold it,
Yeah.
um, you're meeting it as if the tab didn't exist.
Ah, got it. Okay.
So,
Hopefully that makes sense to everybody.
so it's if the tab is on the outside, it's folded. You then fold the remainder of the paper.
Got it.
So it looks like this, a little swan. And you do the exact same thing with the other piece of paper. You've got your tab on the outside and you're gonna fold it. So
Oh,
once more,
two swans.
two swans. Perfect. So, like I said, we're not worrying about like adhering these together because I know not everybody has the tools for that right now, has access to the tools for that. So we're not worrying about it. But I will tell you, we're looking for, remember, the zigzag, right? So we have our first valley and then the beginning of the peak. When you do adhere it after the class, uh,
Mhm.
the paper goes over the peak to complete the peak, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
Got a valley, a peak that will one day be stuck and adhered. You can use any tape, glue, whatever you have. And then there's another valley and another peak. So in the end, for tonight, we are just looking for a W with a little tail here.
And somebody who has pre-printed paper wants to know, is it the inside that we're going to be drawing on? The
Yes,
inside of the valley. Okay.
yes, it's
All
going to be
right.
the valleys we're drawing in or something, and the peaks. I'm losing my score here. But in the end, you want a W. And if you wanted to make a longer accordion book, you literally just keep repeating this process and keep adding peaks and valleys until you don't need any more, and then you stop. Um, and you can either tape this final tail or adhere it down, or you could just trim it off, which I guess I'd
Mm.
trim it off in the end. But for now, you can see we have our spaces for our four panels or our four beats of our story. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Um, and that's what we're going to draw on right now. I will say, I say panels and I'm just using quote marks because this is a
Mm.
really interesting canvas to use. You don't really need to stick yourself in the box. You don't need like box one, box two, box three, box four if that doesn't serve your story. Definitely, this is a great place to experiment with going beyond the panels if you would like. Yeah. So hopefully that everyone followed the construction of that and they have their four spaces and their understanding of how the book
Thanks,
will
Sam.
put together. I think we're gonna take, I'm not sure, Tom, how you feel about time, if 4 minutes per beat is okay, or if you feel like maybe 3 minutes
Four's fine.
is okay. Okay.
Sure.
I went a little longer than I would have liked.
That's
Sorry.
all right.
Okay. So yeah, please, I can keep time. I'll keep time. Um,
Okay.
I'll also draw. I'll join you in drawing.
Oh yeah, we get to see your drawing. That would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So
I'm
yeah,
determined to tape mine. I'm looking desperately for a piece of tape. I just feel like my mind will be at ease if they're already together.
yeah. I will admit that I planned ahead and I glued mine together, but it's really no worries if you don't have those tools with you. You can do it at a different time. It's more about the idea and getting into the whole process of making the accordion comic. Cool. All right, I'm gonna start my timer for let's see, for the first 4 minutes. And let's see, I'm going to start.
Hmm.
See, I think I have to join again.
I love these workshops where I have to get up out of my chair and look for other materials. It's kind of fun.
Sorry.
No, it's good. And I don't have to. You've been very clear that I don't have to go get paid. But
Um, all right. I rejoined. I got kicked out of my phone again. So
oh, have you logged back on? Let me know.
let me just rename myself so I'm easy to find. Kit's phone. And then should I raise my hand on my phone? Is that a good idea?
No, and I made you co-host, but what I'll do is I'll spotlight you when you start drawing. It's
Okay.
pretty easy. In fact, I can do that now. Let's see. Yeah.
Mm, oh, it's not horizontal though, is it?
So, there we go.
Okay. It's like magic. I don't actually know how that happens, but it happens. Okay.
They're giving us a timer of about 4 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, that's panel one.
Oh my gosh.
Quote. It's not, yeah.
Right. Quote panel one. Or that's okay. We'll catch up. We'll catch up. We'll catch up. Those of us who are
I never finish my comics in time, both in a class and outside of class. It always takes longer.
Yeah, that was a fast deadline. It made me make some changes. But that can be good, especially I mean you're right that this form is like it's a little more poetic than just a story in four panels or something, you know.
Yeah, you can really play with your story.
You play with both space and time a little more, it seems like.
Mhm.
Oh, my pen's dying. What are you making a comic about, Kit?
I'm making a comic about the transition between sleeping and dreaming.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of a silly one. I just sort of uh, pulled the idea out of the hat an hour ago or something. I was like, what am I going to draw? Thought I'd do a little sketch. There you go. My it's sort of my default topic. Very comfort area is dreams and like
it's
um
good to have one of those
yeah, don't
default topic.
exactly. I think yeah, it's just like something I revisit because I'm interested in it.
Hmm.
Do you have a default topic?
No, that I'm totally fretting now. I mean, I'm like, oh, I should have a default after all these years. How come I don't have a default?
It's kind of yeah. I don't know. It's maybe it's cheating.
Like, panel two has been forever compared to panel one. That's good.
I'm still on panel one though.
Oh, are you?
Okay, and now it's time for quote panel three.
Okay, I'm gonna put a timer on the screen as well. Oh no. Oh, okay. Thought I already messed up the construction. I was like, oh, I didn't go tab, but whatever. Sorry. All good.
Yeah, you don't want to draw on the tab.
Hmm.
That in the end, the tab, that little tail, will always be covered. So exclude the tab from your drawing. Sorry for the dog barking if that's
You don't hear it. You must have
okay.
A Zoom filter on,
Okay,
an audio filter.
okay, great.
We get that sometimes where somebody's sorry about all that honking outside. We don't hear it. It's like the Zoom AI working. It's
Okay,
magic. It's sound magic.
good. So it's only unpleasant to me.
Right. I'm showing that we have about 35 seconds
Yeah, that's what I have, 31.
for panel 3.
Yeah. All righty. So
Oops, that was my timer.
I love that. Cinematic.
Yeah, the hills are alive.
All right, start now.
Last panel. That jive with your timer?
Yeah, there goes my timer.
Okay.
You're great. I love that. It makes it feel like the ending of the clock is like a positive,
Right.
and really I'm like,
Super
ah,
exciting, beautiful moment.
totally. Cool. So yeah, it's sharing time, right?
Sure, we don't have to rush into it. You can finish up. That looks like you got a border you were finishing, but
Well, I'm almost done here. Nah, we're calling
no,
it
we don't.
off. So.
Well, we want to see what you did.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna remove your face so we just see the screen.
okay.
Yeah.
So here it is. Rectangle, folding. One, two, three, sleep.
Oh,
Unfinished. Or maybe not. Maybe I won't finish the arm.
oh yeah.
Kind of works. No arm. And then it's me in a scuba suit trying to get me to wake up. So sort of chose a transformation from wake self to sleeping self. Um
I
and
think a lot of people would be
yeah,
really envious of how easily you go to sleep.
it depends on the night. Counting helps for me. Counting breaths.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I count backwards. Sometimes that works.
Hmm. Um,
Can I
okay.
show you mine? I'll show you
Yeah,
mine.
please, please.
Let's see. Guess I got a spotlight. And then we'll take some, yeah, we'll take some people. All right, let's see. All I did was um forest and
Mm,
then sort of like a built house out of stone and wood, and then the decay of the stone, and then the sort of reclamation of it by the forest. So that's all.
yeah.
4 minutes per panel.
Great way to play with time. The accordion explore.
Yeah, I think I saw that in some of your examples and it just gave me a feeling. Great. Yeah, some people. All right, Kit, I'm going to ask you to try and raise that Zoom hand again. But the thing is also, keep your eye on the bottom of the screen. And when you do that,
Okay.
I think I've already lost you. Have you done it? Oh, you did.
And it says
Keep your eye on the bottom of the screen because soon it'll say, it looks like you're done. Do you want to? And then it says, we're going to lower your hand and hit cancel as fast as you can.
okay.
And if you don't, it'll be okay. But anyway,
I think I got
good. You only have to do it once, luckily.
it.
Okay, great. We'll start with Jen and then we'll go to Alan and then Sarah and Alice and some others want to share. Thanks so much. Let's see. We'll go to Jen. Excuse me.
Wow, I was speedy today.
Yeah.
Okay, so this actually coincided with I've been busy trying to make poetry comics,
Oh,
so out of old poems. So this is called What Happens When a DNA Test Reveals That Your Birth Mother Lied. I don't know if this hole will ever be filled.
wow.
So that was back from my 30s, but yeah, there you go.
I love that you chose to bring in the poetry element to it.
Thank you.
I think it works. It's great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jen. Okay, we'll go to Alan next. Let's see if Alan did paper or digital.
Looks like paper.
Oh, you can't speak. He says, I can share my work, but I can't speak right now. I had a nasal work, unusual work schedule today when I happened to have a break during the Friday Night Comics Workshop, but it wasn't long enough break for me to go home. So I'm still at work. Oh, we get it. Okay. How cool. Okay. It's silly, but the first thing that came to mind was making a comic about an accordion. Kit, is it okay I'm doing the reading here?
Please. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. This is fun. I've never done this. Welcome to my magic musical shop. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I see you're interested in the magic accordion. What's magical about it? In this magic music shop, the accordion plays you. Can you hold it? Can you hold it backwards so we can see the whole thing? Pull
So,
it back a little. Oh, it's really fun.
oh, I love it. I love the sheet music borders. So cool.
Yeah.
Great
Oh,
idea.
oh, that's a great one, Alan. Thank you so much. It was special. Okay, we'll go to Sarah next and then Alice. You ready, Sarah? Let's see.
Yeah, hello. So much like Alan, I had accordions on the mind. And I did a little comic about a frog having an adventure. And let me try and get this background off.
All
Um,
right.
okay. And you just all have to be nice about my kitchen. Um, but this is, oh no, the lighting is not good. Um, okay. I think this is a little better. This
Yeah.
is Little Frog listening to his grandfather play accordion and finally growing up to get the accordion and playing the accordion very determinedly. And everyone's having a party because the accordion killed the dragon. Uh, and I tried to kind of like go like with the time continuity and have things move through the panels. But yeah. And I'll be spending the rest of this time coloring it. But I was like, if I wait to color it um until I or before sharing it, I'll never share it. So yeah.
Shared it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. The accordion killed the dragon. We love that. Thanks,
Good.
Sarah.
Yeah.
We'll
Thank
go
you.
to Alice next.
Okay. I have the idea of this week, my drawings have been talking to me. So this one is yelling at me. I said, hi. Can you make that? Is there some way I can reverse that?
We can read it. It looks,
Okay.
yeah.
I said, hi. Why did you draw my hair like this? So, and then I went on to the next one and I changed the hair and I said, is that any better? I said, I like the hair, but how about a better outfit? So I ended up giving her a better outfit. And she said, I said, how's this? That's better, but how about a better place to hang out? So I took her out onto a boat on the lake. And she says, this is great. Why don't you come join me? And I answer, sounds fun. Okay. So I'm gonna go join her on the lake.
Nice. You got to listen to the muses, you know.
Thanks, Alice. Awesome. We'll go to David next, then Libby, then Paula.
Okay, let me get the right place. I'm thinking about starting my garden. It's spring. So I go to the nursery. So many plants. What to pick? Obviously, it has to be the tomato plant. I'll get lots of tomatoes. Someday, I'll have lots of tomatoes, even ketchup.
Very timely too. I'm looking forward to gardening as well.
I love that one. I love that I would pick that same tree, that same tomato. Well, it's tomato plant rather. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
We'll go to Libby next, and then Paula.
Okay. We've got spring equinox rainstorm forming. Sorry, not very good at the accordion. Flowing. Autumn equinox storm at sea.
Oh,
Beautiful. I love the flow.
Thank you.
To do, yeah.
Libby put up a little red in front. I like that. Paula, are you there? We'll go to Paula if
Yeah,
she.
I'm here. Sorry.
Ah, it's all right.
I don't know why it's not letting me on.
Oh, Paula unmuted or muted again. Paula.
There you
It's
go.
not letting me mute.
We can hear you.
It's not letting me mute. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. My phone's doing weird stuff. Some of one. Yeah. Oh, that's me walking into the sunset with my brothers. And that's me on a bike, grinding gears. That's me, my anxiety and autism. I snowball. Me sleeping. What's that one? Time going fast. Looking out the window at the moon and writing a diary.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Oh, Tom, you're muted.
How did I get muted? I said, Paula, that suits your style really well. Thank you for doing that. Okay, we'll go to Michael next.
Hi. This is a wordless comic about Jackie and Shadow, the eagles at Big Bear. So there's Jackie and Shadow and 2 eggs in a nest. Then here, the second panel is the 2 eggs, and you can see a crack in one of the eggs.
Mm.
And then the third one is you can see one of the baby eagles cracking out of the shell. And this is the last one with the 2 eagle chicks popping out of the shell and one of the adult eagles hovering over it.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that works really well. The transformation through the accordion fold. It's great.
Yeah, it was the first thing I thought of when you said the word transformation.
Mhm.
That last
Thanks.
panel is really beautiful. Thank you, Michael.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll go to Christina next.
I was I'm like, I think I can share and then finish before they get to me. All right. So this is about my dog. His name is Pip. He's right there. Say hi, Pip.
Wake up.
He is quite the character. And I got too involved in the writing. I think I have to do it again and pay more attention to the drawings. So it starts out, I met DB at the mailboxes. Look what I did today, she said. She went to the pet store to buy cat food and she came home with a puppy. And he was just this, well, he's not very big now, but he was just this little fuzzy thing. When he was a year old, he got attacked by a big dog and he lost vision in one eye. Luckily, it's the eye that has the black patch, so we always know which one. And then DB loved this dog. It was definitely her spirit animal. He went everywhere with her. It took a long time for me to get him to not ask to sit in my lap while I was driving. But DB got cancer several times, and she was thankful for the chance to put her affairs in order. So I went to my family. I said, can we adopt it? And we were actually in the will. We inherited this little dog, and he came to live with us and Obi, our big tuxedo cat, who was not amused. Pip and Obi were never good roommates, but when Obi passed, Pip got the bed and the zoomies. Oh my God, he was so excited to be on the bed. And then I didn't finish the writing, but now his good eye has cataracts and he's totally deaf. And sometimes he can't even find the treats that we just gave him. And there he is, like standing over them going, are you going to give me treats?
Oh.
So he's 16 now. Now we've had him longer than she did.
Wow.
But he's quite the character.
You captured him very well in your drawings.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Judith next, and then Jen and Jackie after that.
Hi, everybody. So I'm moving and you could even see boxes in the corner of my room. So I made my thing about, so the first thing is, it says, the last time I moved, this is over here. The last time I moved, I paid somebody to give me advice. And she said, get rid of everything before you move. And there's the boxes with, toys from long ago, love letters from long ago, dead people stuff, And then this is my home now. Oh, it's an exaggeration, but basically I didn't follow her directions. And then now I'm moving again and it says, I'm moving and I still have the same stuff. And there's no denying. And then this is the drawing that I could actually do. It says, moving requires downsizing and deciding what to keep and what to give away. So there you go.
I'm impressed with that that mountain. I can like feel that mountain of stuff.
It's all really good stuff. So what if it doesn't fit or whatever?
Of course it is. Yeah, it's
Okay.
hard.
I just wanted to show one more thing. The last when I was I made these, filing cabinets have little places where you put a sign. So this one literally says dead people's stuff I don't need. And this one says reminders that I once accomplished something.
Mm.
So that's what we have in our filing cabinets.
Sounds like you should keep at least some of it.
Yeah. Thanks, Judith. Good luck. Good luck moving. We'll go to Jen next.
Okay, so mine's not really a transformation because I was like Tom, I was focused on making the accordion fold fit together before I started drawing. And I was watching Kit draw in pen, and that gave me an idea, which was how do comic artists draw in pen and have it look perfect on the first try?
Oh.
I did have pencil. I just want to jump on. There was a sketch. There was a little
Okay. That was not clear. That's okay. It inspired this comic. They just put paper to or pen to paper and do it. And whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
They incorporate lines that don't fit into other places. And that's creative and magical. And that's as far as I got. But I did the accordion fold, so I'm excited about that.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And you got 4 more slots, it looks like.
I know,
because
I figured out if you cut you can fold the little W edge and then cut the piece of paper in half, and it's already folded and ready for you.
Yeah.
All right, you got your evening cut out. We want to see
Yes,
that
I do.
posted and finished. But I like how inspirational it is. It'll help people draw directly in pen. And
there you go.
Yeah. Thanks, Jen. Go to Jackie next.
I didn't put any verbiage in mine. Very simple. Just the life cycle of a pumpkin. And here's a very simple.
It's great though. It really it made me laugh with no words. The ending definitely made me laugh.
Yeah, definitely. I love the single vine too.
So, thank you.
Thanks, Jackie. Okay, we'll go to Larned next. Here we go.
Hey, I had to draw in pencil, but this is bend over, and he's on a trip. And he looks down and notices his shoe is untied. And then in the next panel, he unfortunately used a fire plug to tie his shoe, and that is what happened. And he's not real thrilled about it either. Got to dry out his shoe.
We're bad.
Anyway, this was fun to do.
Thank you for sharing.
Okay.
Transformation indeed. Thanks, Larned. We'll go to Eli when Eli's ready. Then we'll go to Gabriel next, and then Justin. Here's Eli.
Ooh, I thought I had a little more time. I was listening to a lot of this while I was driving home from work. I have mud splattered all over my face. And this is what I did today. And in my tradition, I started drawing on the wrong side, but so we'll see what happens. These lavenders are a mess after this rainy winter. I think my downfall is I spent a little too much time on my elaborate gate. Next is this one. Where are we? Where are we? Over here. Time for a refresh. This is so much work. Why am I doing this? But I planted new ones in a perfect little row, and it's so worth it. In the spring, it'll be covered in lavenders.
Awesome.
blooming
Oh,
beautifully. Are they better after all that stuff I did today? But
Yeah,
anyway, this is
that's great.
how it went.
I love
I like how that gate got more beautiful and more simple at the same time. The spring
Yeah, I
really
was like,
like,
no more curly cues, just a few curly cues, a
yeah.
few big curly cues.
Eli,
Thanks. This was
do you have
fantastic.
your circular zine? Can you show us that really fast in like 10 seconds?
Why, of course.
Kit, look at this.
So it starts here. And then it opens like that.
Oh my,
This is
Oh
a
my
Mary,
God.
Mary Oliver poem, but
wow.
it's 8 pages long. But I only did a few. See
Wow.
those things. Hold on. Happening. There we are.
Beautiful. Mhm. Wow, this is amazing.
And then it folds back up to a little triangle.
Thank
It
you.
looks super complicated, but it's 6 pieces of paper cut into a circle, and you just fold it 3 ways, and then it just does this little thing, and then you just glue them together. I mean, it took me forever to figure it out, but once you learn it, it's quite easy.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of these forms are like that, where it takes a little effort to figure out the folds, but once you do, it's so satisfying. It's beautiful.
And then everybody's like, so it
Magic.
makes it all worth it. Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you. This
Eli.
is really fun.
Awesome. All right, we'll go to Gabriel next. Here we go.
Hello. So we were talking before about sort of kind of stock things that we make comics about, and I think mine is myself. So it is my favorite subject after all. And so I wrote about the sort of process of learning this craft, becoming an artist, and just sort of the going from studying to struggling while studying to actually making something and being okay with it. So you see the first 2 pages. First one is me. I'm in a lecture, and it's, if I'm going to learn this craft, I got to take all the notes I can. Everything I hear today is invaluable for when I finally start doing it. And you see art lecture stuff, and me there writing it all down. And then on the next one is me at my desk, at my drawing tablet, going, man, actually doing this is harder than taking notes for it. I feel like I'm dragging my feet for everything. Also, why am I drawing with my wrong hand? And as it goes along, you see me in bed going, oh, I can't do this. I don't have the discipline. I should have never tried to become a professional artist. And see on my phone, it says 4 a.m. because that's usually when we think about these things.
Yeah.
And then the last one, it's me 2 days later looking at something I drew and going, huh, not bad.
Nice. Happy end.
Yep.
That's great. I see that. I mean, that's like a whole transformation right there too in your internal as an artist. It's great.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks, Gabriel.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll go to Justin next.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Okay. Here's mine. It's an egg.
Wi-Fi is kind of spotty.
Here's a little cluster of eggs. Tadpoles. Tadpoles with legs.
Oh. Ah.
And there's frog.
Beautiful.
There's a little frog.
That's awesome. I love that. It's you really
Yeah.
use the form really well.
Yeah, look at that. Uh-huh. Look at how that frog is launching into life.
Yeah. All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Justin. Okay, we'll go to Joanne next.
I was like a deer in the headlights, and I remembered that I had done some sketches this morning about the week, so I kind of took that idea. So almost free Friday after an anxious week, and that was kind of Chicken Little, the sky is falling. And then Then now I have to do homework all weekend, so I felt like Sisyphus. And then I had a moment of happiness, dancing cupcake. So
Awesome. I love your, I don't know, your style. It really has a special quality to it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
This
you.
was fun.
Thanks, Joanne. We'll go to Michaela next. Hi, Michaela.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I've been thinking about themes of dreaming and thinking about travel. And especially since I don't think I'll be traveling a lot the next couple of years for various reasons. So this, I noticed this, I just made it without words, and it seems to read differently if I fold it up, because there's this sort of drama at the beginning where it looks like I might be jumping off, falling down, and then the other two pages, I float away. I don't know if you can see it really well, but thank you.
Yeah.
This is great. This brought out all these unconscious themes. Thank you.
Yeah.
I like
Thank
it a
you.
lot. Thanks, Michaela. Those buildings are beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank
And I love
you.
stars floating in the sky. It's great.
I sort of use go-tos as well because these are from my memoir, and I just redrew a bunch of buildings I found on my desk basically. So I love these workshops for letting you play around with stuff you're already doing, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks, Michaela. We'll go to Maria. Here we go.
Correct. Okay, so I made a collage. I don't know if you can see it, but my desk is a mess and this is a journey. So basically I have a move upcoming from Florida all the way to Illinois, Chicago, and I guess there's like a road trip in between, like a lake. But basically I was lucky to find this text in the magazine. What if there was another world out there? And I sort of scattered these words. So yeah, and I think I'm gonna play with this a little bit more while others are presenting. But thank you. This was a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah, I love that you did collage. That's awesome.
Yeah, totally. And I thought that lettering, I was like, wow, that lettering's amazing for the time we had, but I see. Thanks, Marie. Okay, Andrea, if Andrea is ready, then we'll go to Lab. Andrea.
Yeah, I'm here. Whoops, I had to
There we
start
go.
out to video. There we go. So I don't know, somehow the first thing that came into my mind was like some kind of physical process. And then just immediately, I don't know why, I haven't done this in a while, I thought of teaching a kid to tie their shoe. So this says, first, you make a loop with the left, that's the tree. I don't want to learn. Do it for me, Mom. Then the rabbit runs a circle around the tree. This is so babyish, Mom. Now, do you see how the rabbit dives into the hole? Mom, my foot has pins and needles. It's okay, love. We'll try again tomorrow. All my friends at school have Crocs.
What a great line to end. I love that it's just staying focused on the activity with the commentary on the sides. I really like that.
Thank you. I also had this idea that I wanted to make a comic like this, and then like I left this bottom margin, like, and I thought all along the margin I could say something about our current life with my kid as an adult. So I may do a comic that's like that with some like commentary along here.
Thanks.
That's a great idea. I'd love to see that, Andrea.
I would too.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay,
This
we're
was
gonna
so fun.
We'll see. We'll check in with Christian and see if Christian did it. Christian, are you there?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, hold on. Super loud there, Christian.
That's it.
What do you got?
So basically, this is my hand. This is my hand. This is my umbrella, and then this is the snow, thunder, and this is how it protects it. Basically, the weather.
That's
Hear me?
cool. Yeah, that's
So that's
cool.
it.
All right.
All right. You can do another sheet and you add another 4 panels to it. Thanks, Christian. Okay, we'll go to Sophia and then Mishka and then Edgar. And I thought we had one more, but is Sophia there? Ah, there we go.
Yes. Hello. Love the whole zine thing. So I just realized I have no text in mind, but I decided to do a story about my cat. And it's a story, it's kind of like a joke I've always told myself and others that before I had my cat, you know, she did things like smoke cigarettes and I know this is supposed to be kid friendly, so don't smoke. But so it starts off with, and this is very light, just like every week. I'm sorry. Here she is with her kitten brothers and sisters and her mom in the corner. And then there's an apple orchard tree in the foreground that I will develop because that's where she came from, an apple orchard. And then this like little close up of her catching a mouse with the angry eyes, which I really enjoyed. And then she's like leaping across and sort of a teenage size. And then this profile drawing that I enjoyed of her puffing away. And then there's her on a little chopper wearing tiny sport sunglasses. And then the last panel, I was really inspired by the other zines that you showed where it just kind of all flows together. So I actually started with the last panel and it's so light you can't see it. I'll post this later, but it's me standing in my doorway and her in the foreground and us with little heart eyes kind of like meeting each other for the first time. So this is Life Before Sophia is what I'm thinking of titling it. And yeah, there's kind of the whole view.
That's great. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
I
funny
love this one.
playing with time again. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I loved the books that you showed at the beginning.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Okay, we will go to Mishka in a very special, colorful place.
Part of my game collection. Okay, I didn't quite finish, but it's my trip to Walden Pond with my best friend. So we started at Alewife, and oh, sorry, I should get closer. So we started at Alewife, and then when we turned a corner and saw this really quaint scene, we laughed out loud. I think we even fell to the ground laughing because it was just so ridiculously New England. And then we stopped at the Decorative Museum. We made a small detour, and that was inspiring. And then somehow I'm going to add this to the back, like a little more detail. That's when we get there.
Oh, it's gonna
Thank
be
you for the inspiration.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
I love that. It's like your Procreate comics, but on paper. I mean, it's filled with broad, colorful brushstrokes. It is. All right. I don't know what that laugh means, but
That's fine. I get a lot of comments about I should draw more on paper. So.
well, just saying you're bold and colorful on both is what I'm saying.
Thanks. Thank you,
Sure.
Tom.
You're welcome. Let's
Thanks,
see what Edgar says.
Well, I love the color of your piece also.
So, and I saw someone in the chat who said I would buy it. So think about putting it out. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, thank you, Tom, for calling on me, and thank you, Kit, for the inspiration. For about a week or so, I've been thinking about a past production of mine. So let me show it to you. It's Sound Effects Challenge number 5, created by Chuck Langdon, accepted by Edgar Farr Russell III, entitled Special Delivery. Chuck Langdon assembles a random sound effects into a 6-minute tape recording. He offers members of the Metropolitan Washington Old Time Radio Club a chance to write a story inspired by those sounds. Writer Edgar Russell is one of those who accepts the challenge. And there I am at my desk with my Packard Bell computer, and I'm typing away, and Edgar listens to each sound and creates an unusually intense drama. So we continue. Edgar casts his play and holds his first read through. His lead actress, Marcia Bauman, sobs throughout. This play is so sad. This play is so sad. The lead actor, Michael Haid, looks at it with great intensity. It looks at me with great intensity. When I reached the end, Edgar, I was in shock. I worked with the entire cast after my dramaturge, my brother, Fraser Russell, said I needed to read the plays of David Mamet.
No.
And there's Fraser with his CBGB's t-shirt on, and his strict instructions to me are, and cut your dialogue by 50%. You have to convey your meaning without words. I did what he asked. That evening at the live performance, as the announcer reads the closing credits, he starts choking up. There's Edgar as the narrator. There's John Miller as the announcer. Dennis Roma as Jerry. Joni Farrell as a flight attendant. And I couldn't fit in all the other cast. But anyway, as John Miller reads the closing credits, he starts choking up, obviously affected by the spiritual ending to such an horrific story. It's dedicated to the memory of Chuck Langdon and John Miller, and I want to show you the closing, or actually not quite the closing scene, but this is the scene where the young man in his final seconds of existence must leave his parents as he rises from the earth towards the moon, travels beyond the solar system and beyond the Milky Way, and is welcomed by the loving beings who have preceded him. So that's a drawing I made a couple of days ago. So I've been thinking about special delivery a lot.
Wow. It's definitely, this accordion comic just opened up a whole world I didn't know about.
Oh, yes. Well, I could make it longer and I could make it more detailed. So, Kit, I will have to glue on more tabs and more pages and redo it.
Oh my gosh, I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to share it. It really is a powerful work. And she really did sob throughout the first read through. So everything I wrote is true.
Thank you for sharing.
Oh, thank you very much, both of you.
Thanks, Edgar. Another stunner. Okay, we'll finish up with Nayab. Here we go. Although I think you have to, yeah.
Hi. So I made a weird one. So it's I couldn't ink the writing, but I'll just read it out. My astrologist said I was burning right now, but that was okay because soon I will become a warrior. But I became a breast first, deliciously stompable under leather feet, just to see if I leave. And then there's the next one. I didn't leak, but I did form dinosaurs peaks. And then I just became a worm, a warrior worm. Yeah, that's a silly one.
Feels very poetic with the drawings. It's great.
Can you hold it in the distance once so we can see the whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice. These abstract ones really look nice when they're held in that way, I think sometimes. Thank you so much, Nab.
Thanks.
All right, we'll go back to Kit. What do you think, Kit?
Oh, that was so much fun. And I loved seeing what a incredible collection that we had shared with us. Thank you, everyone who shared. And thanks again, Tom, for having me. And yeah, please feel free to reach out and connect with me on Instagram, I guess is the main place I am. So
I've put in the chat a million times where to share, also where to upload for a PDF, but also how to tag Kit and stuff like that. And do you have any new books coming out? You want to show us? You're at your mother-in-law's house, so you probably don't have them behind you or anything, but tell us one more time what we should
yes,
buy.
I have a new comic coming out called If I Were a Sandwich.
Right.
And that will be probably on my website probably by the end of May, but also for sale at those 2 comic shows in the Northeast. If you want to come by and say hi, I always love meeting people and talking about comics and stories. So yeah, that's where I'll be.
All right, Kit, thanks. I'm going to ask everybody to unmute and give you a round of applause. We really loved having you. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank
you,
Kit.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great